Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I pray that you guys enjoyed the last video. I pray that you guys have been just enjoying different things that have been posted, and that you guys are having a great day today. So for the month of July, like I was talking about in my last video, I would really love it to just do testimonies. I think it's great for people to be able to talk about the things that they've been through, to talk about the things they've experienced, and just help other people get through those same things, or just give them a little bit of strength and encouragement in the things that they're dealing with. So please, if you have a testimony or a story that you would like to share, please comment below. Please, email me. My email is on here, and it's on my Facebook page as well. Inbox me on Facebook, whatever, but just reach out to me, please. I would just really love to share people's stories and just help influence other people's life in a positive way. And so, start off the testimonies this month. I'm going to give one. I know in previous videos I always mention my son, and I always go, well, that's for later time. That's for later time. So today I'm going to give the testimony of my son, Lamar. And I'm not sure if those of you who know me in real life, or, follow me on Facebook or whatever, but my son is disabled for the moment, and I say for the moment because I don't believe that that's his forever, and I'll get into that. So and I was pregnant with my son. I actually didn't have any complications. I already was a high risk pregnancy because I lost two babies prior, and I have high blood pressure, so that already made me high risk. But he was actually perfectly fine. But I ended up having a placenta rupture. Um, so I thought that I was having contractions and that I was in labor because I've never experienced that, so I didn't know what it felt like or anything like that. So I just remember my stomach getting really hard and not feeling can move. And so my grandma was like, "We take you to the hospital right now. We're taking you to the hospital right now." And so she took me to the hospital, and I felt pains. Like I said, I thought that it might have just been labor pains, contractions. Like I wasn't sure. I've never felt that before. So when we got to the hospital, um, the doctors were saying that I wasn't in labor. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, why is my stomach hurting? Like, what's the pains? And they never said anything. Only thing they said was, we're going to take you back and do an emergency C-section. So again, I'm just thinking, okay, I'm about to go and give birth. They never said anything was wrong. They didn't have me sign papers, but I figured that's just protocol. So I didn't really think much of it. So I'm thinking I'm just getting ready to go back and getting ready to have my baby, and everything's going to be fine. So when I finally wake up, my husband is in there, and he's like, yeah, Lamar wasn't breathing when he was born, and you had to get an emergency C-section. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what happened? Like, what do you mean? And so that's when they were like, you had a placenta rupture, and I'm assuming that maybe whatever was supposed to be giving him life, it just was taking his life. I know he wasn't breathing. The doctors had to give him CPR for like 30 plus minutes, and you know, anybody who watches medical shows or whatever, I think it's after like 20 minutes of CPR, like people go brain dead, so they're not even supposed to keep trying at that point. Well, at least I know on the shows I watch, they tell you to stop trying at that point sometimes because they can come back and they'll just be a vegetable. They won't be able to do anything, and so they did it for I think 30 minutes, and just when the doctor was getting ready to give up, he did it one more time, and Lamar breathed, he was awake, but he ended up having a seizure. And so they put him on something called a cooling bed, which was supposed to stop any further brain damage from happening. And so, I was very upset, mainly because, for one, I felt like I did something wrong. I was like, man, I should have went to the doctor sooner. I shouldn't have waited so long. I should have did this. I should have did that. And for a long time, I was in like kind of a depressed state because I felt like I just didn't do my job as a mom while carrying him. But later on, I soon realized that things just happen the way that God intended for them to happen. So he was in the NICU for 2 months, and so whenever we had time, we would travel down to Cooper. We would go sit with him. He wasn't awake at first; like they had him asleep on the cooling bed, so like he didn't really respond to anything. We would still go down there. We would pray. We would talk to him. Um, and I just remember just some days being really discouraged. But you know what? Me and my husband, we always had hope. I remember being in the hospital and hearing the doctors come in there, nurses come in there and go, yeah, he may not be able to do much, and he may not have this, and he may not be able to do that, and we don't know what his future may look like. He may need someone to take care of him forever. Like that just might be what it is. It was just like, and I get that they were telling us the truth, but it was just like nothing positive, like nothing positive at all. And you know what? Every time we sat and talked with those doctors, me and my husband, we just had a face on it. We would go, okay, 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 okay. And after they would leave, we would just hug each other. We would just go, no, this is not it. This is not it. No, everything will be fine. Everything will work itself out. Like, we just refuse to believe what the doctor said was true. And I mean, I get it. Like I said, they were telling us their truth of their experience of what they knew. But I just refuse to believe that that was the end for him. I refuse to believe that this was going to be the rest of his life. And so, we brought him home. He would have to be in a NICU for about 2 months, because they weren't sure what he was or wasn't going to be able to do, eating wise, because babies have to drink the milk, so they suck on the bottle. Lamar didn't suck. He didn't really swallow. He didn't really do too much of anything. He kind of just laid there. So we didn't know if he could see or hear because he didn't respond to that. He like literally just laid there. He didn't look around. He didn't do too much of anything. So they ended up giving him something called a G-tube, which is like a little button on his belly, and that's pretty much we hook his machine up to it, and that's how he gets his food. He eats through his stomach because he wasn't able to suck or swallow as a baby. But they weren't sure what he might have been able to do, so they figured they'd leave him there, see what he could and couldn't do, give him some time, and then they will let us know what the best option was. So the best option was the feeding tube, so that he would have some source of nutrition. So we brought him home, and just the cutest thing, so tiny, so little. All I knew was that that was my baby, and I was in love. Like, I didn't care what nobody else had to say. That was my heart, and I was going to do anything and everything for him. And one thing I've been grateful for is the support that we've had from family, from friends, from our church home. Just people really, really have came together for my son, and I think that that's truly amazing, because it's a very tough and it's a very scary situation when you have a child with special needs. Well, for one, it ain't like we go out looking for it. It wasn't like I was looking for it. I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to help him, and I felt like a bad mom for a very long time, because it took me a while to learn how to take care of him, because for one, it ain't like I had any kids at all, so I wouldn't even have known how to take care of a baby, period. But to learn how to take care of a special needs child, he needed so much more, with the medical terms, the sicknesses. It was so many things bombarding me at one time. Some days it just felt extremely overwhelming. But like I said, one thing I never did was lose hope. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I had days where I was like, I can't do this, or this is too much, or God, why did you place this on me? Like, I can't do this. But I learned, from my grandma and different nurses. I've asked questions. I've been in the hospital with him, so I'm always asking questions. I'm always trying to figure things out, because it's like I gotta take this little boy home, but I gotta know how to take care of him when I get home. And we didn't have nursing that much in the beginning, because it was just really, really hard. A lot of nurses were, scared. They didn't know how to care for him. Some of them was falling asleep. You name it. And so I had to get rid of nurses left and right, and so therefore I had to be able to care for him. And so his first 2 years of life, he was sick. He was in and out of the hospital, catching all the different types of pneumonias and the flu, RSV, because he also has corn belly syndrome. So that means he doesn't have abdominal muscles. So the same muscles we use to cough, to burp, to poop, things like that, he struggled with, because he didn't have the stomach muscles to do those things. So he would always get sick, and because he couldn't cough and clear the mucus in his lungs, it would turn into some kind of a sickness, and he would get sick. So we were literally in the hospital like every other month. We were in the hospital because he just kept getting sick. He kept getting sick. I'm like, God, I'm not doing this right. I'm not doing this right. Like, he keeps getting sick. What am I doing wrong? How do I fix this? And like I said, I never lost hope. And we've been praying for a long time. I've been believing that everything the doctor said that he wouldn't do, that he'll be able to do, plus more. My son isn't walking or talking at the moment, but he tries. He's aware of the fact that he's not walking. He's aware of the fact that he wants to walk. Like, he literally will try to get up and stand and walk. And I mean, he struggles. He doesn't have the strength in his legs right now to actually walk. But if I stand him up, he knows to move his feet. Like, he gets it. He understands. And he's just the happiest little baby. Like, he's always laughing. He's always smiling. Just giggly. Like, just straight goofy. Like, the sweetest thing. And you wouldn't think with him having such a rough life that he will find joy, but I swear he's like the happiest baby you will ever meet in your life. Like, my man is always smiling. He's just always in a good mood, and the only time he's not in a good mood is when he's sick. That's it. And you'll tell he's sick because he's just not looking like himself. He's not smiling or anything, but he's always happy. And I've been truly, truly grateful to be his mother, because the things that I've been able to watch him do during this journey has been marvelous. to be his mother, I'm the blessed one. I'm blessed to be able to see him going from not being able to, respond to seeing or hearing to now looking around when he hears things, looking around when he notices I'm not in the room, realizing when someone's not there, and then crying or wanting to get attention because hey, I need something, hey, I need something. Those are things he couldn't do at a point. Being able to reach for things that he wants, looking at things that he wants, trying to speak, trying to imitate what you're saying, what you're doing. Those are things he couldn't do at a point. The doctors didn't even think he would get this far. They didn't think he'd be able to understand, know, move anything. But he rolls around. That's his way of getting around right now. So he'll roll around. He'll do different things. He lifts his head up. He looks around. He smiles. He laughs. He literally understands. My son is only disabled right now in the sense of him not being able to walk and talk. Those are the things he can't do. But he's there 100%. His mind is there. And I have hope and I have faith and I believe that he's going to walk, he's going to talk, and he's going to live a great life. He's going to live a very abundant and happy life and be able to do the desires of his heart. I truly believe that. I refuse to believe that God gave him life for that to be the end. I refuse to believe what doctors say even now. There's doctors that say, oh, well, this or that. And it's like, oh, thank you for your insight. Thank you for the information. But I believe what my God can do is bigger and better than what any of us believe. I believe God's going to do bigger and better than what I even believe that he's going to do for Lamar. And I have faith and I have hope. And it's never going to go anywhere. Like, it's there to the end. And the things that I've seen just prove how faithful God is and prove how God can do anything. The fact that my son is trying to get up and walk is amazing because he's disabled. He shouldn't be trying to do any of those things. According to the doctors, he was going to be a vegetable for the rest of his life and not be able to do anything. So I believe now, and I'm going to continue to believe. And even with the different therapies that he does such a great job with his therapies. Every week we go, and the doctors are like, he's doing better. And I know I say this every week, but he's doing better this week than he was doing last week. And he's improved. He's done this. And let me tell you something. When I say that it's God, like it's not. And people always go, "You're such a great mom. You're so this and you're so that, and you're so in tune with him, and it's because you help him. It's because you do this." I promise y'all, it's God. Because I do the best that I can when I'm home for him. Whatever the doctors or the therapist suggest for me to do, I always do. Like, of course, whatever's going to give my son the best future is what I'm going to do. He don't even like having time. He don't like getting his standard. Look, but if you want to get up and walk, baby, you got to get your standard. You got to shift your legs so that you can walk. He's not always trying to hear that. But, I do what I got to do. But the point is that COVID started back in 2020. So his school closed. He wasn't in school, so his school just opened in June of this year. June 1st, he just opened. So that's 2 years he's been out of school and being home with me. Me and my husband and my family who's been helping have been the people that are trying to keep things going, keep his therapies going. Remember what the doctors say, remember what the therapists say, to make sure he doesn't lack in progress, that someone's continuously there going with him so that he's always learning, he's always understanding. When I tell y'all, I promise y'all I'm not doing as much as people think that I'm doing. It's like he's there and he's just learning. I don't know how, I don't know what, but I'm like, he wasn't doing that last week. I don't even know where he learned that from. I don't know how he figured that. I don't know. There's a God and he's watching over my son. He has favor on my son. He's been blessing my son. He is with my son. And that's the God who I believe in, the God that I trust in, the God that I know is capable of doing anything, the God that can make the impossible possible. Like, there is nothing that can go wrong when you trust God. And I trust God with my life. I trust him with my children's life. I trust him with my family's life. And he's been doing such great things in my son's life. And it's been such a blessing, such an honor to just be here and be a part of this, to be a witness to this. And I can't wait for the day where he starts walking and talking and people are like, wow. And I go, no. Let me tell you his story. Like, let me tell you what he's been through. Let me tell you how he looks like this, but listen. I cannot wait. And I can't wait to tell him. Like, one day, because it's not like he's going to remember all of these things right now. One day he's going to be, 10 years old, walking around talking and playing. I'm like, but do you know? Like, this was not what people expected. Do you know that the doctors didn't say this? Do you know that at one point in time you weren't able to do this? But look at the God we serve. Look at you now. Look at you now. And I'm speaking into existence because I know what's going to happen. I'm believing for my baby. It's going to happen. And I cannot wait to tell this story. I can't wait for him to be able to tell the story. He himself, his whole life, he is a testimony. His life is a testimony. The things God is doing for him is a testimony. The things God is going to do for him in the future is a testimony. And I'm just grateful to be here and to be able to witness it all, to be able to watch it all. It's been truly an honor. His smile, his laughter. At one point, he wasn't doing that. At one point, he didn't smile. He didn't laugh. And when he did laugh, he would make you work hard for it. Now it's like, hi, Lamar. And he's just laughing. He's just the sweetest thing. He's really my greatest blessing. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. He is amazing. And don't get me wrong, I have days where I'm overwhelmed. I'm tired because right now, since he isn't walking, he's got to be carried and picked up and lifted everywhere. And for one, he thinks everything is funny. So you're struggling to carry him from place to place because he's wiggling so much in your arms, and he's heavy. He's very heavy. My man's like 45 pounds. He'll hold weight out here. He is huge. He is very, very big. So anything you have to do with him is a challenge because Lamar's going to fight you. He makes nothing easy. But I mean, hey, that's what we like in him, right? The fighter spirit he has, the sense of, oh no, I want that, so I'm going to go get that. And Lamar is determined to do whatever he wants to do, he's going to try to do. I don't care how tired he is, how much energy you think he doesn't have. If Lamar is enjoying himself and he wants something, he's going to go get it. He's going to go after it. I don't care what it is. Like, and I love that about him. I love that about him. He doesn't quit. He doesn't give up. I know he knows his body is fighting against him, but he's fighting right against the body. Like, okay, well, I'm trying to walk, so this is what we're going to do, body. You're not the boss of me. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm trying to do this, so this is what we're going to do. I'm not listening to what my body's trying to tell me. And I loved it. I loved it. His strength, he himself, his whole life encourages me and it strengthens me and it gives me faith and it gives me hope and lets me know that there's a God there watching over us. And I'm just so grateful. I'm just so honored. You know, I'm so, so, so honored to be here to watch him overcome so many things, to watch him not be able to do things that he's able to do now. It's been amazing and it's been a blessing. And so, you know, this is my testimony. My son Lamar Adair, you know, watch out for him because great things are coming to him. He's going to be able to do things. You know, go back to this video when things start happening. I can be like, didn't I say this is going to happen? Listen, I'm trusting and believing for my son. I know great things are going to happen. So I pray that this video just encourages somebody to keep having faith. Things may not always look like what they seem because in the beginning, like I said, Lamar wasn't doing a lot of things he was doing now. He wasn't doing a lot of things that he's doing now. So you got to have faith. You got to trust in God and know that regardless of what the situation looks like, that it's not the end. It's not the end. And don't believe that it's the end. And don't let the enemy make you believe that it's the end. And watch who you share your things with because not everybody believes in myself. Not everybody does. I believe regardless of who or who doesn't, I'm going to have faith always. And so we have to remember that everything that we go through and everything that we witness, everything that we see and hear isn't meant to share with everybody. You got to have your people. Sometimes you may not have a person to share with. You just got to talk with God about the situation because allowing certain people in, they got time to whisper doubts and then try to get you to doubt. You don't doubt. You keep believing in whatever it is that you believe in, that you're praying for, whatever it is that you're hoping for, whatever it is that you have your heart set on, that you feel like God is going to do for you. You keep on believing. You don't let go of that hope. Don't let the situation make you let go. Don't make other people make you let go. You keep on believing. You keep on having faith because if God said that he's going to do it, if you continue to believe and have faith for it, God's going to do it for you. So don't let anybody discourage you. Don't let anybody make you doubt or feel like God isn't there or God's not with you. He's there. He's watching. You got to give him time because as much as I want Lamar healed now, I know that all things come when God says that they're ready to come. So when it's ready to be here, it'll be here. But I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And I know it's going to happen for us. And I believe in it. And I'm going to always believe for it that it's going to happen. So you got to allow God. You got to be patient enough for God to give it to you when you're ready to receive that thing. Because we can't always get it when we want it. Sometimes we got to go through something to get to it. And so have your faith. Continue to be patient. Continue to wait on him. And watch how he comes through for you. It's going to be bigger and better than you could have ever imagined. So like I said, that's my testimony. I hope that strengthened you guys. I hope that it just gave somebody the encouragement to hold on a little bit longer to your faith. I know that God is with you. Just think, whatever that thing is you're hoping for, you're this much closer. You're this much closer each and every day, this much closer to that situation, this much closer to getting to your blessing. So continue to have faith, continue to trust in God, and know that no matter what, he's there with you, and he's going to come through for you like he said that he would. So keep having your faith and keep holding on. So I pray that you guys enjoyed this video. I pray that this helps somebody. Somebody just stay encouraged a little bit longer. Keep fighting a little bit longer. Hold on a little bit longer because it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Okay, so continue to have faith. Continue to hold on. Have a great day. Have a great week. Stay encouraged. Keep fighting. And just enjoy your day. Bye.